Hey there, hi there, hello world, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie and today's video is going to be kind of an introduction to this very beautiful tarot deck, one of my absolute favorites. I want you to get to know her. This is Accurate AF Tarot and this is by Prism and Fleur Design Studio. So this is actually one of my absolute favorite decks. I have two copies of this deck in particular. One is the copy that I've been working with for well over 2 years now. And this copy is the version that I had not yet opened up. And as you can see, I decided to go ahead and free her. And it is time to utilize this incredibly beautiful deck. I'm actually starting to do in-person readings at my local mall. So we're bringing her out into the world. And I figured, since a lot of people may have seen this deck featured in some of my videos and maybe want to know more or see more of this deck, I thought I'd give her a proper introduction video. So yeah, today's just a little show and tell, introducing you to the Accurate AF Tarot. So before we begin today's video, I'd like to take a quick moment to humbly invite you, if you have not yet already, to subscribe to this channel. That way you'll be in the know whenever I upload new videos, such as deck unboxings, flip-throughs, and pick-a-pile readings, as well as other tarot and oracle related content. Your likes and subscribes help grow this channel, so thank you so very much for being here and for being a part of the community. That said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Alright, so just to give a quick overview of Accurate AF Tarot here, this is the deck box, and just wanted to point out that this is actually the box for an older version of this deck's release. I purchased this through Goddess Provisions maybe 2 years ago, and I actually bought 2 copies. And this is the box that comes with like the 2-piece, but it's very difficult to open. So that design has actually been improved. If you were to look at the link in the description box below, Prism and Fleur's website right now, they have a redesigned box where it's a magnetic clasp, so it's much easier to open up and it just opens up horizontally. So much improved design on the box. But again, this is a separate item that I had purchased 2 years ago. And speaking of separate item, this guidebook is actually also a separate item. So one thing to be aware of if you're looking to acquire this deck for your collection, the deck is a separate item, the book is a separate item. You can buy them in a bundle. However, they are, separately priced. So just be aware that if you choose to forego the guidebook, you can get the deck itself on its own. Or if you really want to have, this pairing here of the book and the deck, it would be a little bit higher price point, but you're getting both these items. So let's go ahead and start by taking a look at the guidebook, simply because, guidebooks are easy to take a quick peek into. All right, well, one thing I really wanted to highlight about this guidebook is how absolutely beautifully it is done. It's done very differently from other guidebooks that I've seen. It is incredibly beautifully designed. Let's take a look here. So here we have all the contents of the book. And we have even how to use your tarot deck, how to read circular tarot cards if you're doing reversals. And then there's some spreads provided, tarot and numerology, and then we get into the major arcana. And then here's the story of the major arcana. So if you're not 100% sure, if you're new to tarot and you want to kind of get more information about the major arcana and how that plays into, your readings and how to interpret that, this provides a little detail on that, and it is very helpful. We move into the minor arcana, and it's broken down by the suit of wands explained. We have the cups, and then we have the swords, and then we have the rings. So a lot of detail in this book, very, very packed with detail. And here we go, how to use your tarot deck. Here are a few spreads, how to read circular cards. Plenty of spreads here for you to check out. Tarot and numerology, and then we get into the major arcana. So here is the story, and a lot of detail there. Perfect. And as an example, we'll take a look here at the Fool card. So what you get on one side here is a full color illustration of the card itself as it appears in the deck. And you get the explanations for a couple of the details in the cards that the author really wants to highlight and really wants you to connect with. Because again, the imagery in this card is definitely something worth connecting with and looking into as you use this deck for your practice. So for example here, let's see, one of the details is the rose in one of the hands of the Fool. And this says, rose is purity and innocence, an outlook unjaded by opinions or experience. So that is just a little tidbit about the symbolism here in the Fool card. And we have the elemental association here, as well as listed on this page here. So the Fool, we have an element, we have the star sign it's associated with, the planet, any crystals, and whether it means yes or no. So one thing I did want to point out, that if you are the kind of person that already has your own connection to whether certain cards are yeses, nos, maybes, or uncertainty, this is something that you can kind of go off of if you're not 100% sure, but always trust your instinct. Your connection with the cards is what really matters and what speaks to you when you're using it in a reading. So very helpful. I love that it has the yes and no, but yeah, just a quick note about making sure that you're connecting with your cards. So here we also have like a little mantra or phrase, and for the Fool it is, I embrace the unknown and feel a deep excitement about starting new journeys. Cool. The upright meaning here, and we have a few key words about the upright meaning and just a little bit about the card itself in the upright. And when you turn the page, we have the reversed meaning, and then a few key words about the reversed meaning here as well, and a little bit about the reading. So if you were to just kind of read up on that and glean the information from that passage there. We also have some deeper questioning prompts here. So if you were standing on the precipice of all you desired, looking out, what would you see? How does it feel? So again, perfect if you like to journal with your cards and just kind of use these as prompts. So if you were to pull one card and then you got the Fool, this would be something you can use to journal and just kind of figure out what is it your intuition is trying to tell you. So yeah, that explains pretty much it for each card. That is the major arcana. Let's take a look at, here's the Spirit of Cups. Now, I believe the Spirit of Cups is the equivalent of the Knight of Cups, since the Dawn of Cups is the, let's see, the Page. Yeah, the Dawn is the Page, the Spirit is the Knight. So yeah, here we go. And we have, the symbolism of the card, again, full color, very beautiful. Elements, star sign, planet, and yes or no. If there are no crystals associated, it won't be listed here. So, just a quick FYI. And a reversed meaning page. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the guidebook. We go all the way down. King of Rings. And then we have a page for about the creator. And that is about it. So a very, very beautiful but thorough guidebook. And it definitely connects with the cards in such a beautiful way, especially because of the full color pages that explain, some of the symbolism in the cards. Makes it that much easier to really deeply connect with the imagery on the Accurate AF Tarot. All right, so next up we'll take a look at the deck box. And again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, this is the not second edition, this is the prior version of the box where this is a little bit difficult to open up. And yeah, this is the inside of this version of the deck. And I don't believe there have been any changes to the card art itself. It's just the deck box that has changed from, this previous version, again, that I purchased 2 years ago. And now there's a more improved design to the box. So it's a magnetic clasp. So yeah, that's about it. All I have to show you. And I'm sure if you do not yet have this deck in your collection, you'll probably wind up with the version with the magnetic clasp. And let me just tell you, I envy you if you do have that, because this is so difficult to open. That is probably one of the things that I did not like about this deck. And one of the reasons why I actually store this deck outside of the box, even when I'm not using it actively, because it's just such a pain to open this up. So yeah, hopefully rant over. That's not something too many have to deal with anymore, luckily. So that said, as you noticed when I opened up the box, the deck is already outside of the box. That little foam plastic insert in there actually catches some of the cards, so it makes it a little difficult to pull them out. That's why I have them out of the box already. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the cards themselves. Okay, so taking a look here, this is the circular deck for Accurate AF Tarot. And the card art on the back is this beautiful, almost reminiscent of like a moon phase, but I actually kind of feel like it's a binary code. I don't know if that's that's just me, but you know, 10010001. Okay, but that is what this reminds me of. However, key points here is that it is a very simple, minimalistic, yet very elegant design to the card back. And that is gold foil inlaid. So as you can tell, very shiny there, very beautiful when it catches the light. Round deck, so it actually has all gilded edges, every single edge. This is kind of like a matte glittery gold. I believe it was, yeah, I believe it's gold. It's not like a rose gold. It may kind of appear rose gold in some lighting, but again, just to kind of go with the feel of the deck, it is very light, very pink, gold, white, so very ethereal, very beautiful. I don't know if you can see the edges there, and very easy to handle. The cards are a little bit big for my liking, but you know, it's a round deck, so it was just something that I kind of got used to, and I actually really enjoyed shuffling with this deck. Card stock itself, if we take a quick look, is pretty good. It's sturdy. I believe, I don't recall if this was 350 GSM, but I believe it's a nice thicker card stock, so it does feel very sturdy. But you do have to be careful, you know, any rough shuffling will cause creases and bends, and I believe if you bend too much, it might hold a curved shape. So, I mean, it's a round card, but still, you can probably bend it by accident. Very beautiful. Again, easy to hold, easy to shuffle. The material, or the, I guess you could say the laminate, is like a soft rose petal feel. It's one of those, so it's very beautiful. Slides very nicely, although there is a little bit of resistance when you're holding it. If you're holding it too tightly, you might drag more than one card, so just something to be aware of as you work with this deck. All right, so let's go ahead and begin the flip through, taking a look at Accurate AF Tarot. And I will hold it up to the camera right about here. Hopefully this stays in focus, but let us go ahead and begin. Alright, so that concludes the flip through for Accurate AF Tarot. I hope you enjoyed checking out this video and checking out the deck. Each card is just such a piece of art. I have to tell you, this is one of my absolute favorites to work with, and I'm really excited to just kind of bring this into my practice reading for clients in person. Very exciting prospect, and I know they'll love this deck because I love this deck, and it is just so beautiful. And let's address the white elephant in the room. Absolutely, Accurate AF Tarot is named Accurate AF because I have found it to be incredibly accurate, and it gives such wonderful messages. Like, I can't even begin to describe it. That's why I've worked with this one ever since I started reading. This is a deck that I really relied on to deliver messages for both myself and for clients, just in a way that is very truthful and really lets you know what you need to know in a kind and gentle way, but also not going to sugarcoat anything. So again, I really, really love working with this deck, and it is one of my favorites, and I cannot wait to share it with everybody else. And I hope you enjoyed checking out this video and checking out this deck. Again, if you know me, then you know I use this deck quite a bit, but for those of you that have not met Accurate AF Tarot yet, I hope you enjoyed this quick little intro. And yeah, shuffles very beautifully. As you can see, gets a little unruly at times, but you'll develop a kind of a feel for how to work with this deck, especially because they're round. Sometimes they will just plop out and roll along the table because they're, you know, basically little wheels. So yeah, just be aware. Sometimes you get runners here. All right, what card did we get here? We got Two of Rings. So this is the equivalent of the Two of Pentacles. This is fluctuation and adaptability. Yes, you have to be adaptable when working with a circular deck, because these things can get away from you and it can make you teeter-totter on frustration, trusting your instinct. Was that supposed to run away from me? Just kidding. Anyway, yeah, this is, again, a very, very beautiful deck, and I truly enjoyed it. So feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of this deck. If you spotted any cards that really resonated with you, what did you think? All right, that said, let's go ahead and wrap up this video for today. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.